Great day and welcome to Hot Bread Wednesday, where we will just share moments of encouragement to get you through the rest of this work day and even over into the rest of the week. I pray that this word is a blessing to you. I will be coming from Philippians 4 verses 12 and 13. I have learned the secret of being content in any and every situation, whether well fed or hungry, whether living in plenty or in want. I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. When I tell you the title of this would be Through Circumstances, but for me, it got a little more personal because it allowed me to go through a time when I was going through what we'll call at the end our growing pains. There are times that we go through things in our life where we're like, why do we go through it? Why me? You know, the whys, we've had them. But I had a why moment many years ago. I've had some recent ones, but this is one I shared with my son who's dealing with some things that he had to process through. And this is a time when I was a lot younger and I was going through some health things with my body where I was in chronic pain. And my parents didn't know. We went to doctors to find out what was going on and nobody could really tell us anything. They finally got me to a doctor, ran some more blood work and things. And when the doctor got back with the report, he told my parents that I was going through growing pains. And I got the craziest look on my face when they told me, because I'm like, the other doctor just told me I wasn't growing no more. So why am I going through these growing pains? And I say, I'm like, it wasn't making sense to me. I'm like, I'm not growing anymore. They've already said it. Why is my body hurting so bad? Why am I so riddled with pain? But then you go back and the word of God says, whatever state you be in, be content. I had to learn even in that moment how to be content, because I didn't know if you telling me I'm going through growing pains was going to be a forever pain. But then I had to track back to the word of God, a lot back to the word of God. And I had to look at the journey of many men, many women in the Bible who went through, who were in the midst of their growing pains, even when some of them may not even realize that was the name for it. I said, but it made me really go back to Jesus. I said, Jesus went through a lot of growing pain. He went through a lot of suffering. And whatever state he was in, he was content because he knew what his assignment was. I looked at David, who went from shepherd boy to king. He had a lot of growing pain. I looked at Moses, even in his old age, there was still growing pains that were going on. I looked at the woman with the issue of blood, growing pains, because there are decisions that we make that also play a part in the growth, in our growing pains. And sometimes we do have to realize that we will go through, but it's how we go through it. It's how we surrender. It's how we give it back to God. Because we can sit, we can murmur and complain, but the word of God still says, in whatever state you be in, be content. We have to practice to rest in the things of God when we're going through, because this pain may cease, but there'll be something else that rises up. But if you trust the plan of the Lord, Proverbs 3 verses 5 and 6 is something that I walk in, because I know that the growing pains come. But the word of God still says, trust in the Lord with all thine heart and lean not to thy own understanding. Even in those pains, I lean not to my understanding, because I know I have to trust the plan of God no matter what it looks like. And I want to encourage you today that even in this time, even in your growing pains, trust God. Trust God. Don't yield to your thoughts. Trust God. Trust His will, His way, His plan, and His purpose for you. Be encouraged in this day that no matter what pain is looking like, God is your peace. He's your comfort. Trust His plan in the journey. God bless each and every one of you today.